Good evening. Welcome to World News. I am Wisdom Onisi. First, the headlines. Nigerian government donates 500 million naira to Nigerian Legion. Jailed Malaysian as Prime Minister Najib to take the stand in corruption case. Nearly 30 injured in Bolivia clashes between police. And on sport, Nigeria set for World Sambol Championships debut. Now the news in details. The federal government has donated 500 million naira to the Nigerian Legion. The secretary to the government of the Federation, George Akume, announced the donation at the 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration emblem and appeal fund launch at the State House, Abuja. In a statement on Tuesday, presidential spokesperson Bayo Nanuga said President Bola Tinubu also commended the Nigerian Armed Forces for their unwavering effort towards combating the various security challenges affecting the country. Tinubu, who emphasized that the welfare of the security forces would remain the government's top priority, also extolled men and women who have paid the ultimate price in defense of the country, assuring that their sacrifices will not be in vain. We also have you know that President Bola Tinubu on Tuesday launched the 2025 Armed Forces of Nigeria Remembrance Day emblem and appeal form. Launching the emblem at the council chamber in the State House in Abuja, the president commended the armed forces of their role as the first line of defense in protecting the country. He commended the patriotic commitment of the armed forces to Nigerians' unity, stability and progress, stating that it would be impossible to promote peace and development without security. In his remark, President Tinubu hailed the Nigerian armed forces for their dedication and sacrifice in securing the nation. He stressed the importance of providing a safe and secure environment free from threats and criminal activities where all residents can flourish and live in peace. Away from that, Governor Obasani of Kaduna State says that the judiciary has an important role to play in the government's sustained fight against insecurity because delay in prosecution embolden criminal elements. Speaking during the swearing-in of a state high court judge, Justice Jafaru Zubaru, at the council chamber of Sel Kashin Ibrahim House, the governor noted that for the government to effectively degrade and defeat criminal elements in Kaduna State, agencies responsible for prosecution and the judiciary must prioritize security and ensure that there is no undue delay in prosecution of suspected terrorists and bandits. He, however, pledged to improve the workplace environment for judicial personnel, strengthening public trust in the justice system, improving access to justice for citizens, and facilitating continuing education for judicial officers. Now, when we return, news from other parts of Africa. Stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Hillstv, Polka.
Welcome back. Now news from other parts of Africa. The government of Burkina Faso needlessly exposed civilians to danger during a militant attack earlier this year, Human Rights Watch said in a report released on Tuesday. In August, at least 100 villagers were killed by fighters from Al-Qaeda-linked militant group in central Burkina Faso in one of the deadliest attacks of the year in the conflict-torn West African country. Villagers in Basologo and Kamin, located 80 kilometers from the capital, were forcibly helping security forces dig trenches to protect security posts and villages when fighters from the Jamaat Nusrat Al-Islam, world Muslim group, invaded the area and opened fire on them. the report revealed. Human Rights Watch said it had confirmed through witness testimony that at least 133 people were killed, including dozens of children, and at least 200 others were injured. The violence contributed to 2 coups in 2022, yet the military junta that had promised to end the attacks has struggled to do so, even after seeking new security partnership with Russia, other junta ruled and conflict-affected countries in the Sahel region. Also, have you know that a controversial agreement to grant Ukraine diplomat visa-free access to South Africa has sparked outrage within political circles? South Africa Home Affairs Minister Leon Sheba, who is from a different party to the president, announced the deal last week, terming Ukraine a valued ally. But the presidency has criticized Sturchbal for announcing the agreement without formal authorization from President Cyril Ramaphosa. Critics see the deal as an affront of South Africa's long-standing relationship with Russia, though the country has remained neutral on the conflict in Ukraine. The African National Congress, ANC, has quickly deferred the Democratic Alliance, its largest coalition partner, over the country's relationship with Russia. Now we move to other parts of the world after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Now news from other parts of the world. A Malaysian court ruled on Wednesday jailed former Prime Minister Najib Razak will have to defend himself against more abuse of power and money laundering charges in another trial over the multi-billion-dollar scandal at the Fund One Malaysian Development Berhad. Najib faces 4 charges of abuse of power and 21 charges of money laundering for allegedly received 2.3 billion ringgit, that is 526 million US dollars from First Malaysian Development Berhad. He also pleaded not guilty. If convicted, Najib faces up to 20 years in prison and fines up to 5 times in the amount of funds involved in the defense. Najib, 71 years, was sentenced to 12 years in prison in 2022 after being found guilty of graft in a separate case. The sentence was later halved by the Pardons Board chaired by Malaysian King, with Najib set to be released in August 2028. Malaysian and U.S. investigators say at least 4.5 billion US dollars was allegedly misappropriated from the company, a state fund funded by Najib in 2009, while Hill was premier. Away from that, where we have that nearly 30 people were injured on Tuesday in clashes between Bolivian police and supporters of ex-President Evo Morales, the government said. The violence unfolded in the central town of Marana, one of many places where protesters have been blocking roads since October 14th in solidarity with Morales, hoping to prevent his arrest. Supporters of former Bolivian President Evo Morales blocked a road at the entrance to the town of Paratoni, 40 kilometers from the Cochabamba, Bolivia, on October 29, 2024. Thousands of supporters of former Bolivian President Evo Morales marched on Tuesday to demand the resignation of President Luis Arce in a protest held on one of the bridges that remained blocked in the center of the country. The police chief of Santa Cruz Department, which includes Marana, told reporters that the police came under attack by some of the protesters. Away from that, we have that a court in Vietnam on Wednesday jailed 6 people, including 4 police officers, over a fire that ripped through a karaoke bar, killing 32 people. The blaze in a province close to business hub Ho Chi Minh City struck Vietnam and led to the closure of thousands of karaoke bars nationwide for failing to meet fire regulation. The court in southern Binh Duong province convicted the bar owner, a contractor involved in its construction, and 4 police officers on charges of breaching fire regulation and negligence. Bar owner La Arzuan was given 8 years in jail, while the bar's fire prevention system contractor was sentenced to 5 years. Up next is business. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Hillstv, Polka.
Welcome back now to business news. Sub-national governments continue to grapple with a persistent reliance on borrowing to finance their budget in 2023, as the total debt stock of 36 states surged by 38.1% from 7.25 trillion naira in 2022 to 10.1 trillion naira. According to Budget 2024 State of State report released on Tuesday, the debt growth was partly driven by 606.12 billion naira increase in domestic debt, resulting in an average year-on-year growth of rate of 11.4%. By 31st December 2023, the total domestic 0.86 trillion approves of its. Still to complete, please stay with us. Welcome back now to Sport News. Nigeria will make history as the country debuts at the 2024 World Sambo Championship in Astana. Sharif Ahmed described Nigerian participation as groundbreaking, particularly with Kekerel being Africa's sole representative in blind event. The championship will feature men's and women's sports sambo, compact sambo, and for the first time, men's totally blind athletes blind sambo with 31 medals up for grabs. In the summer transfer window made his intention clear after netting his fourth. Have you know that Emmanuel Adebayo remarks retirement in Lome match? Togolese football legend Emmanuel Adebayo took to the pitch one last time for a gala match in Lome to celebrate his retirement. He was surrounded by a host of African football legends, including El Hadji Diouf, Nwankwo Kanu, Patrick Mboma, and Samuel Eto'o. The game took place in front of a large crowd in an event filled with emotion, celebrating and recognizing a former striker for prestigious clubs such as Arsenal, Manchester City, and Real Madrid. Adebayo was left his remarks on football history. Over his 25 years career, he played for 10 clubs, participated in 2006 World Cup, and won the African Ballon d'Or in 2008, Adebayo earned a total of 88 national caps with Togo's Sparrow Hawk, an accomplished career. And that's your sport news on World News. Now we move to the rest of the news after this break. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Hillstv, Polka.
Welcome back. Now the rest of the news. Botswana goes to the poll in a vote that will determine whether the ruling Botswana Democratic Party will extend its 58-year hold on power. Analysts say, however, that this time it is hard to predict the outcome of the general election. The country faces tough time following a downturn in demand for diamonds, which are vital to its economy. The opposition said the PDP has been in power too long and accused it of economic mismanagement and corruption, an accusation it denies. Botswana is widely seen as a country with low corruption and good governance, but there is a growing lack of confidence in the government. President Kwasi Masisi of ruling Botswana Democratic Party will be competing against three challengers as he seeks a second and final term in office. And that's World News. But before we go, here are the headlines again. We told you that Nigerian government donates 500 million naira to Nigerian Legion. We brought to you that jailed Malaysian ex-Prime Minister Najib to take the stand in corruption case. And we also informed you that nearly 30 injured in Bolivia clashes between police. And on sport, we informed you that Nigeria set to World Sambo Championship debut. Remember to visit us on Facebook at Hillstv Abuja, Instagram at Hillstv Abuja, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hillstv. I am Wisdom Onyisi. Thanks for watching.